Hey everyone, Sula here from MistyHillTuffs.com. Thanks for stopping by. I finished my Christmas 2022 album, and we're gonna have a quick flip through this album. So it turned out pretty big and bulky, and even though I really tried to inside to keep things to use pretty much no bulk, very few things that would turn out bulky. So for the outside, because this is slightly larger than 6x6, so I can't use 6x6 papers. That would look very strange. I had to pick one of the papers from my digital stash, which I then printed out, and so front and back look the same as far as the paper is concerned. And then I made a little bit of a title decoration part. I try to also keep the outside usually not bulky, because I want it to be able to fit into a bookshelf very easily. So this is the album, and we begin with the first part, which is a little kind of like a waterfall, where I chose not to put a magnet in this flap, because I knew I was going to fill up the pockets. So this is the same front and the front, as well as in the back cover. I created a bunch of pages. This is before December, that's why I call this my Christmas album. So what I did is I have these little tabs, and on each of these tabs I have the date, another date here. This is a pocket where I have my journaling card and my photo mat. So and then with these flaps, with this waterfall, I just created some very pretty pockets in my silhouette, and I just added photos and journal cards. If you are interested, I do share my journal cards on my blog, MistyHillTuffs.com, as well as the entire album will at some point be shared, except for files that I used other things, like most of the pockets I wouldn't be sharing. I can share 1 or 2 pockets that I created completely designed by myself, but I wouldn't be able to share the entire all the pockets, excuse me, because that would make it because I've used other designs. So then the next page is like an envelope flip, and it flips open. I'm not sure if you can see it all. I'm trying to make sure. So again, a journaling card, a photo, and then some little extra stuff that was from this is documenting my advent calendar this year. So some of the contents of my advent calendar made it into this this book. So then the next page is here. I just used a striped stamp, and I stamped it in 2 different colors, and I thought it made a really nice little title. And then I just used some of these word strips. These word strips are available as freebies on my blog, MistyHillTuffs.com. So they just come as a PDF, and you can just print them and trim them, and that's that. So here is some stamps. I used some stamps, some of my die cut labels. This title was a lot of fun. Again, I used another stamp that has kind of this tartar pattern, and I think it's really cute. Then again, here's a photo mat, and then 2 pockets where I just added little bits as well. Then the next page is a small flap. This is a 3x4 size flap. Then I put a 4x6 picture. This is a 3x4 picture. And then I had a little bit of space to decorate. Then here I just used a pocket, very simple. Put one of the journaling cards that I have and created, and then another little word art piece that I stamped. Then in here is a pocket insert that I created these titles in the silhouette, and however they were very similar to what I saw. I was inspired by Ali Edwards. She had titles like this. They're vellum, not vellum, some sort of acrylic or just some plastic material. So I just don't feel free to share that as a freebie, even though I didn't use anyone's file to create those. I just created them myself. So another page here. Now you see this one is slightly smaller. So this is a 6x6 size, but this is a probably a 6x4 and a 5.5. I'm assuming. And then this one is also smaller, and so this one would be 6x5. So I think this is 6x5.5 in size. And then again, I cut this alpha with my, or this title with my silhouette, and used some of my stamps, the striped stamps. So sometimes it's really nice to just get very simple stamps that just create patterns, and you can create the most beautiful, you can use them to create your own beautiful elements. Again here, 2 strips of paper, a strip of photos, 3 photos, more these labels. You will see lots of these kinds of labels. They come from the Silhouette store by various designers, and I just print them and use my Silhouette to cut them, and I think they make really beautiful labels. And then again, my journaling spot. Here, this is also a Christmas tree from the Silhouette store, and then I thought it would, because the number was going to get lost in the patterns of the paper, and so I thought it worked well to use that as a background. And I love, again, this is a gingham pattern stamp that I used with one of my die sets, alpha dies. So then here is another, is a pocket, and this marks the end of the first signature. So here I wanted to just have the little title there, my journaling spot, and trying to make sure everything. So this is the first signature, you can see, because in here there's a big gap. And this is the one, these are one of the few spots where I can actually add some bulky elements. I do have some flowers left over. I could add another flower, but I feel like it would just get too much because this book is already so big. So even though I do have extra flowers that I could use, but I still have to think about whether I use them or not. So then here is another waterfall, and this is about all the Christmas songs that I like to sing during the Christmas season, the carols. And so I created a little waterfall with that. And then here is the Christmas playlist. It's in the back, there's a pocket here, and it has another nice little label. Then this is a gatefold. So all these will be available, if they're not already, as cut files on my blog, mistyhilltops.com. The basic album is already there, but now I'm still sharing some of the more special kind of pages. Again, I have 2, I think these are 3x3 photos, and then filled up with more pattern papers. And then I use the photo mat and the journaling card to close this gatefold. Then here is another, just a 4x6 flap that I decorated, some more labels from the Silhouette store, some of my Christmas word art pieces, the word strips, another label from the Silhouette store. The number comes from a stamp that I just simply cut out, and then this is a die cut set that I have. And then here this was a bit tricky. It just didn't want to dry, so I used some vellum paper to cut out this library card pocket, is what it is called, from the Silhouette store. This is a number from the Silhouette store. And then I stamped on it, and it took 2 days before I could even touch it to do anything else with it. I had I sewed it onto this patterned paper, so this took quite a bit of time, and I still smudged it a little. It's not a big deal, I don't mind. And then here I have a little recipe for baked apples. So then here's another pocket with my reading list. I actually need to add, I have lots of I was listening to lots of audiobooks during Christmas season while I'm scrapping. So this is one of the journaling cards that I shared this year as freebies on my blog. And then here comes the next pocket insert. And so actually here I think I could put another strip of patterned paper. I do have lots of leftover patterned paper strips. This was a movie night that we did. So, and I like, because in the pocket is where the signature is attached to the book. That's where I glue one signature of this book. I like that the insert is slightly larger, like you can see, so you can always see that there is an insert. I like the idea that you can show that you can already see a bit, because that's what I like about this album, that you can see some of the pages and the beautiful pattern papers peeking and so on. So this is the second, and I put the tab in the middle, and then for the third I put the tab at the bottom, so that the tabs would be not all in the same place. And again, I like that even the tabs help you see what day this is documenting. Then this is day 16 or December 16. And this is about a page about mulled wine that I had. Here's a page about my Advent wreath. And this is another pocket that goes in. This is a 4x5. Here is I used another, this was a striped, just a striped stamp, and I just created my own gingham pattern with this and then cut it out. And then this is a journaling card that I have in my Silhouette library from the store. And then this is a waterfall page, so you pull at here at the bottom, and it should actually be no problem. It might be a little tricky here, because I do have certain decorative elements on the top page, and so that might be the reason why it gets stuck sometimes, but shouldn't be an issue. So this finishes the second signature. Again, sometimes because of these elements, it might get stuck with the paper here or something, so I'm a little careful, but it's not a big deal. Then this is the next signature, the last signature, and basically all signatures work the same. There is a 6x6, 6x6, then two 6x6 with flaps. I add flaps, then the 5.5x6 and the other 5x6. So here, what I did here is I put a string through, and then this is a nice little tuck spot for little cards and journaling cards and all that. So I created that. And then 3 2x3 photos, and then a large paper, pattern paper. And then here again is more pattern paper and photos. So then the next page is, it has 2 pockets here. This one, I haven't really done the journaling. This was right around the time, right before I got sick, and then just took some time. So then here is another pocket that I just kept very simple, because for this day, I didn't really like, this Christmas season was a very quiet season for me. Then on this page, there are 2 pockets again. I haven't really added something in the back here. This is a journal spot with some Stampin' Up elements there. Another label from the Silhouette store. These are die cut sets that I have. Then this is one of my favorite kinds of pages in this book. It's a pop-up page. So I close it and I open it and everything pops up. Very simple to create. I will be sharing this as a freebie, how to, and there will be a tutorial on how I do this. Even if you don't have a cutting machine, you can easily create a pop-up page like this. So, and then it has a whole lot of decorative things. Then here is another insert. This one is actually with a 3D stamp set that I used. There are process videos for every page in this album, so you can just check my channel and find the December 2022 playlist or something, or there's Christmas album playlist. So there's different playlists and you can find the process videos of this. So this is another simple page with 3 photos, paper strip, another pocket for my journaling, and then the photo that goes with this. So this is for December 25th, which I spent in bed. And then actually there should be a journal card. Probably this one can go here, but actually in where I come from, this is still 26 is still a full-on Christmas holiday, so I should put another Christmas type journal card in there. Then this finishes the last signature. So again, this is one more signature, and then I ended this album the same way that I began, with a waterfall. But this time I decided not to use tabs for the dates. I wanted to just keep alternating things, so just added the dates in different ways, created some pockets, used journaling cards. These journaling cards will be available as freebie as of today on my blog mistyhilltops.com. So I created some year in review kinds of, and looking forward kinds of journaling cards that you could download as freebie on my blog. And here is another little tuck spot where I could add a little more of something. And then this is my December daily or my Christmas album 2022, because it's not really a December. This one goes into January and starts in November. I usually start the day after, or I start with Thanksgiving actually. And so it has a lot of the different parts. So anyways, you can check out all the freebies that come with this on my blog mistyhilltops.com. And you can find the videos of the process, videos of how this album came together on my channel. Thank you very much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.